Can everyone's attention, please? Here for a little bit, guys. I'm really hoping I can have your full attention and some patience, because there's some people that have to be thanked. And again, I just can't say it enough. These people deserve your full attention. And again, I just hope you can have some patience before we get to the check presentation and the actual results. You don't put this thing on 15 years and do this without the help of some people. And I want to give a shout out, first of all, to Logan Chapman. He's trying to make it in music. He's going to Nashville. He's putting out a single here in the next month. It's kind of funny, when he was in high school, he didn't do choir, he didn't do band. And here he is trying to make it in the music world. So I ask each and every one of you to try to support him. And let's give Logan Chapman a round of applause, please. Up next is Mrs. Gramlich. She fixed the breakfast, but you guys gotta understand, next week, the baseball team is doing a fundraiser. She's gonna be up here next Saturday doing this whole thing again. My dad, a former principal, always said it's hard to find good janitors and good lunch ladies, and when you find one, you should treat them like royalty. And we're just lucky to have her, and let's give Miss Gramlich a round of applause. Up next, Coach Govero, the basketball players, probably the last 7 to 8 years, they have been the ones out on the course. I've got a million things I got to worry about, and that's one thing I haven't had to worry about the last 7 to 8 years. Him and his basketball players that came and did that, and shout out to Coach Govero and the basketball players. Up next, Midwest Specialty Sports. They're out of Marble Hill. They are the ones who've made these t-shirts 14 of the last 15 years. I'm assuming they had my name on speed dial because I'm calling them constantly. I want the shirts perfect. I want everything perfect. And it's just a constant, how many shirts, what size, this, that, and the medals, everything you see here, Midwest Specialty Sports does that. So give them a round of applause, please. Up next, the sponsors. You're not gonna find a cheaper 5K in the country, anywhere. Your typical 5K is 20 plus, minimum. We were $10 the first year, we're the $10 the final year. We also have given a large donation most years to someone who's battling cancer. We serve breakfast. We do that because of these sponsors, and there's multiple reasons why this thing has to come to an end, and one of them is I'm tired of going and asking these same people to sponsor this race every year. And in your sheet were the sponsors, 28 total. A lot of them have sponsored 15 times. And this event is nothing without the sponsors. And some of them, like Whitaker's, Laura Estes, the Chaffee Drive-In, they sponsor all sorts of things at this school. This event does not exist without the sponsors. Give them a shout out, please. I want to give a special shout out to one sponsor in particular, Halter Consulting. 2 years ago, she was at the race and she said, next time you have it, I want to sponsor it. Well, she did sponsor it, and she sponsored it with a $1,000 donation. So a shout out, let's give a round of applause to Halter Consulting. Up next is Mr. Sid Atkins. I don't know if he's still in here. 15 years ago, he created this. He was teaching here. He came up with the whole concept. He came to me and Coach Davenport and said, I'm putting on a 5K, I need some help, and the rest is history. He's a success story. He has battled cancer and he has won. Several years ago, we recognized him. So without Sid Atkins, there is no 5K. Let's give Mr. Sid Atkins a round of applause. Up next, Mr. Mark Davenport. This is year 15. Every year he's either helped and or participated in it. Yesterday from 12:15 to 5:15, we set this sucker up. And him and Crescent were here 5 straight hours, making it happen. and they've done that pretty much every year we've had it. Bottom line is this event's not very successful without them, so let's give a round of applause to Mr. Mark Davenport. Three more. Up next, I call them the Lucky 13. This is I've had 13 girls start and finish cross country from the beginning to the end. I call them the Lucky 13. And 12 of the 13 were here today. These are the best of the best. These are valedictorians, salutatorians, future veterinarians, stay-at-home moms. We got one running, two of them today, pushing strollers. These are the best of the best. And they mean the world to me. And I know what you're thinking, well, what's that have to do with the 5K? Well, through the years, those girls are the ones that are here doing what these two are doing what Rainey's doing. A lot of them were here last night helping set up. And they either participated or helped with the event time and time again. They're just very important to me. I call them the Lucky 13. Let's give them a round of applause. Special shout out to Cassie Hyman. I'm not big in the social media. Everything that was pushed out for this event via social media was from Miss Cassie Hyman. So special shout out. Let's give a round of applause to Cassie Hyman. Okay, last two. Next is you guys. We shattered records, kids. 322 is the most we've ever registered for this event. Today we had 354 sign up for this event. To put that in perspective, last week they had the President's Day 5K. It was in Cape Girardeau. I don't know the exact number. I know it was less than 10. Thank you, Mr. Rimmer. 12. They had 12 participants. We had 354 sign up. And a lot of it is from the community of Chaffee. And it's like Laura Estes, she sponsors, she signs up, her grandson signs up, her kids sign up. And it goes on and on. This event, we can do everything here, but if you guys don't show up, it means nothing. So let's give a shout out to number 354, please. Okay, last but not least, and this one's the most important. Back in late October, I called this individual. Cross country had just ended. I said, we're going to start planning the 5K today. It's 4 months from now, but because this is the last year, and because of who it's going to, we're going to go big. I'm going to put every fiber of my existence into this, and I'm going to be bothering you 24/7. Phone calls, e-messages, phone calls. It's been constant, particularly the last 2 months. These checks, she got those made, she paid for them. Anything that needs to be proofread, she proofread. She made 6 of these medals, ordered something off Amazon. Just trying to get these 28 sponsors on the back of the shirt so they're all spelled correctly. It never ends. Of course, that's what she's been doing for the school for 30 years. And one of the things that bothers me is I don't think she's ever fully been recognized. We just hosted districts. Who made those programs for districts? She did. Anytime I called her, she does it apologetically. If I call her and she doesn't call me back in 2 hours, she apologizes. I've always told people, Coach T is the single most important person the school district's ever had. Guarantee she's in the top 10 or top 5. Miss Walker, you are awesome. Okay, one of the great things is we've always been able to support people battling cancer. For example, 4 years ago, Miss Wilson, who's here today, we presented her a check for $1,000. She used it to go down with her family to Florida and go to Disney World. And we've done that multiple times. But this year is just really special and just really difficult. Jerica Houchins, we lost a little over a year ago. And when she was diagnosed with cancer, it just happened so quickly. And I'm trying to think, what do I say up here? Because nothing I say is going to bring her back. And, you know, the two things, my first year here was 99, 2000, and her mom was teaching here. And we had duty together on Monday mornings. And if any of you have had the unfortunate event of being around me for a long period of time, I'll start rattling off questions, lots of them. And so I kind of got to know her. And at the time, Jerica's like 10, 12 years old. I don't know her, obviously. And we were talking about kids growing up too fast. And she told me a story, and after that story, I always soak stuff in, and then like 3 hours later, it hits me what was just said. I'm like, gosh dang, her daughter's loved. And then you fast forward, when Jerica was pregnant with Maggie, just the smile on her face talking about being pregnant, and how happy she was for both her parents to become grandparents, particularly her mom, and that her mom was going to be retiring soon. And she was just so happy. And, you know, me and Coach Davenport have talked to Suzanne, and the big thing is, it's not about the money. Okay, the check's for $3,500, but I think it's going to be actually quite a bit more than that, because we had a lot of money rolling today. I think we could go over $4,000, $4,500, we might get up to $5,000. But the big thing is, we want Maggie, who's 4 years old, to have this permanent check. Because we want Maggie to know we never forgot about her mom. That the school still today is, in a sense, grieving in some ways. And that her mom was important to her students, to this school. And that when Maggie's 12 years old, 18 years old, heck, I hope when she's 40 years old, she can have this check and know my mom was important. My mom was special. And she meant a lot to that school. So, again, it's not just about the money, it's the check. We got a good chunk of Jerica's family here. And God bless you guys, and I hope you can come up here and get this check. And I'd like to get a picture of everyone, please. Let's get a picture, guys. Come on, Maggie. Hey. Let's go to the awards, and we're going to go first place overall, male and female. First up, not only was she first place overall female, she was fourth place overall. And first place with the time of 24:45, Miss Tammy Statler. In our first place male, once we got the date for this, I called him. He had to be here. I think he's done it almost every year. If I had to guess, of the 15 years we've had it, he's probably won it about half of them. He's a big time runner in the area. He's ran the Boston Marathon multiple times. Just happy to death that he made an appearance today. First place overall with the time in 1942, Andy Johnson. He's 15 for 15. We've got a special medal for him. Age group 80 and older, Mr. Ron Rumener.